Hello everybody, this is Kiereek here, and we have a review for you today for Cities Skylines. Now this is Cities Skylines without the two DLC that are out at the moment, After Dark and Snowfall. I don't actually have the DLC, but you do get some features from it. Now what is this game? It's a city builder, which should be pretty obvious from the title. It involves zoning areas, building additional roads, providing services, and generally balancing your budget if you really feel like doing that kind of thing. You provide transportation, really every aspect you need of the city, water, power, but in a nice simple way. So for the pros, it runs great. I was getting 60 frames per second forever, especially when you have a small town. And considering the graphics aren't super great, they're more cartoony. I like it, it's a good fit, but I think that helps it out a lot. And when it runs smoothly, that's what puts it over games like Cities XL, which really crushed my dreams with its frame rate. Now it's highly moddable. You can go on the workshop in Steam, and there are so many things out there, it's ridiculous. You do need to sift through some of the garbage, but there's so many quality mods out there. I guarantee you'll find something you like. Go check it out. Now it's a simple enough game. Some games get a little too complicated and you have to spend hours learning it. This is, you just jump right in. There's nothing to learn. You start the game, it walks you through, and it's got its own set of achievements in the sense that you reach a certain population and unlocks more stuff, and that kind of directs you in a natural way for progressing your city. Now you can also turn those off. It comes with its own installed cheats, one for infinite money and one for unlocking all buildings, so use those if you feel that's what you want. I kind of like going back and forth. Sometimes I just want to build a city, I don't care about money. And then I have one or two cities which are guaranteed to be played fairly. Now, the controls are pretty obvious. They're nice and laid out. The UI is nice and clear. I've never had a problem finding anything that I needed to find. Great design. There are many options for transport. I appreciate that. Buses, metros, trains, airplanes, harbors. They're all there, and they actually added trams with the Snowfall DLC, which is pretty cool as well. And it really helps you get the traffic off your streets and gives you lots of options for how you want to design your city. Now you can make your own maps and assets as well. That means if you want to make a neat map based on your hometown, there's a few tools out there you can go do it. I suggest you Google it. Map to Drive is a great tool, and there's a few other things out there which will let you copy the terrain of a real map and import it, which is nice. Now you can also make assets, which basically means taking assets from the game, copying them, modding them, and you can publish them if you want. It's pretty sweet and makes it really easy for people to get involved in the community. Now the DLC is free-ish. You do have to pay for each of them, but you do get features of them automatically. So for example, with the After Dark, I automatically got the day and night cycle. It came with a few other little bonuses that After Dark comes with, but you don't get the extra zoning areas like the beach and stuff like that, which is kind of a bummer, but I understand they gotta make money. So DLC, it's been pretty fairly priced and it goes on sale a lot. Good strategy by them. As for the cons of this game, the modding, I mentioned it before, it's really great, but it does bog down the game. Assets like extra buildings and things like that won't, but the mods that adjust the AI can have a pretty big effect, and I'm actually considering disabling some of mine because I think it's a little too much. Now, big cities also draw your frame rate down, which is understandable. There's a lot of math going on there, and it does keep track of every villager, or citizen, I guess not villagers. And you can follow them around, find out where they work, find out where they live. It's pretty incredible, but it does take a lot of power. Now, death waves. This is my biggest gripe with the game. Because when people move in, they always move in at like a baby stage. I should say they're probably born like that. And unfortunately, it causes massive death waves where large portions of the population, being exactly the same age, will die off at the same time. It's hard for your services to keep up with that because it's just not really natural. You can actually get some mods that'll fix that. There's one that's a Japanese modder made. I can't remember his name or the name of the mod, but it does stagger the death by randomizing the move-in age of the citizens, which means you will have a lot less trouble. I do recommend that. Certainly fix that one broken part of the game. Now the cities are also a little small in my opinion. You get about 9 blocks, but I tried recreating some cities and it's difficult to do them to scale because they simply don't have the map size in order to do so. And I would like to make a million size city, but why can't I make it the same size as the million size city I live in? And it seems a little weird to me. I would have made it a little bit bigger. For the score, gameplay is great. It's intuitive, it's smooth. There's only a few things like the death wave bug and stuff like that, and a few odd things that doesn't really tell you how to fix, like the not enough laborers. I got plenty of people in my city, unemployment's really high, and they are all educated. Why can't they work there? So I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 3, a decent score. For the addiction, it's pretty addictive. You'll play this a lot. City builders are like that. You get stuck building your city, you fall in love with it, and it goes on from there. It's a horrible, horrible romance where you can never break away. You will be there all night long. So I'm going to give it a 1.5 out of 2. Pretty addictive. For the reliability, without mods is how I usually judge this, and it's incredibly reliable. 1 out of 1. I haven't had any problems as long as it wasn't modded. Now for the atmosphere, it does a great job building atmosphere. You can, like I said before, you can see all the people, you can interact with their daily lives, see what they're doing. Everything is calculated. You can follow it, and it's almost like you can live in that city. So I highly, highly appreciate the atmosphere. It's great. It's great. It feels like a real living city. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. Makes you feel like you're really at home. For the replay value, it's highly replayable because you can build things lots of different ways. Even if you do build the same city over and over, each map's a little different. And with the different assets you can download, there's an infinite number of maps you're going to have out there at your disposal, and tons of mods to change the game for you. So I'm going to put it at 1.5 out of 2. Good replay value here. That gives us a total of 8.5 out of 10. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. It goes on sale relatively frequently. You can pick up the base game for about $13 Canadian, and I'd say start with that and see if you like it. If you really love it, you can pick up the DLCs, and they're not usually on sale too for maybe $7 a piece. So give it a shot. Keep an eye out for it. I hope you liked this video. Please watch some more. Take it easy. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you again soon.